Hi, I'm Andrea, and today I want to practice English with you. This is 4th of July weekend, and so I wanted to practice with you some vocabulary and history that relates to the 4th of July in the United States. So I have a presentation here that has some interesting tidbits about the 4th of July, our Independence Day in the United States. So the Declaration of Independence was written on July 4th, 1776 by Thomas Jefferson. He was one of our founding fathers. He was one of the founding people of our nation. And he wrote this declaration that set us free and declared that we were free from Great Britain. And of course, after we wrote that declaration and sent it to Great Britain, we had to fight a war to make it become true. But this was the beginning of our independence and the day that we celebrate it in the United States. Now, this is a pretty complicated document in terms of the level of vocabulary that Thomas Jefferson had. He had a very scholarly, sophisticated vocabulary, but the ideas are very basic, and I think you'll understand them as we discuss them. So first, I just want to read this, and then I want to break down some of the key terms so that we can understand the concepts of the Declaration of Independence. Follow along with me, please. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. So this was a declaration of war, basically, where we were going to separate ourselves from the rule of Great Britain and become our own country. And so Thomas Jefferson holds forth truths or facts, things that are true, that are self-evident. They are evident within themselves. They don't need any outside confirmation or proof. You can tell by the very statement of it that these things are true. And one of those truths is that all men are created equal. Although he said men, he meant humans. All humans are created equal by their Creator, referring to a Creator God. So Thomas Jefferson was saying a Creator God created all human beings equal. That does not mean we are the same. It just means we are all equally valuable because we were created in God's image. And because our Creator gave to us, he endowed us with unalienable rights. And these unalienable rights endowed to us by our Creator are things that nobody can take away from us. So we have the right, we have the privilege, we have the opportunity and the power, and we deserve to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, because these are unalienable rights. These are rights that nobody can alienate from us. They cannot take away these rights from us as human beings, because these rights were given to us by our Creator God and given equally to all of us because we were created equal. So life, of course, is the right to survive, to breathe, to eat, to live, to sleep, to exist, to prosper. Liberty is freedom. So not living in oppression, but living with the ability to make choices and to have the life that we choose. Pursuit of happiness doesn't mean that we're all going to be happy, but it means that we have the right to have a goal of happiness and to work toward that goal. Consent of the governed means the government has to have the consent or the agreement of the people being governed. Otherwise, there's no freedom in that. So a government that does not have the consent of the governed is a dictatorship and a bad government. But in the United States, it was set up of the people, by the people, for the people. The people give their consent and agreement by choosing their own leaders to rule in a way that is pleasing to them and that ensures and protects their unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if there's a government that does not protect these rights, that we must alter it, which means to change it, or we must abolish it, which means to get rid of it, to replace it, to destroy it, and to set up a new government that works better according to the principles, which are the foundational truths that we build upon, and that the government only has powers or the ability to rule given to them by the governed. So the governed are the people, the government is the rulers, but the government gets its powers from the consent of the governed. And again, everything's built on a foundation of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that the government must ensure for us safety and must institute for us, must put into an institutional form these truths. So I hope that helps you understand the Declaration a little bit better. Again, it's kind of complicated, but the ideas are simple. We were created by God with rights. Nobody can take those rights away. That we consent as the people to be governed by our government. We choose our own government. And that if the government does not protect our rights of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness and safety, then we must alter that government or abolish it, which is what the War of Independence was all about. Now we celebrate this great document with 4th of July fireworks, 4th of July symphony concerts. We have 4th of July parades with the armed forces and people in red, white, and blue. We have cookouts with our families and friends and loved ones. We go swimming, we go to the park, there are concerts, picnics, we have hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill, and sometimes coleslaw and potato salad and other summertime food to celebrate this great event. So everybody repeat, please. Fireworks, symphonies, parades, cookouts, swimming, concerts, picnics, hot dogs, hamburgers, coleslaw, potato salad. Let's go back and do these previous words as well. Self-evident, created equal, unalienable, rights, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, consent, alter, abolish, principles, powers, governed, government, destructive, foundation, safety, institute, truths. Sometimes when we were celebrating the 4th of July, we also have patriotic songs like God Bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. So I'm a terrible singer, but I love this song. And if you Google it, you can listen to some professionals sing it. It's a great song where we celebrate the fact that our rights were given to us by God, our creator, and that no government can take them away. So I hope this helped you understand the holiday, and I hope that you have a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Keep practicing English.